All right, we're going to be demonstrating the first Gokyo from Kodokan Judo tonight. There's 8 throws in the first Gokyo, and it starts with the Deashi Harai, which is the advancing foot sweep. Now, just for demonstration purposes, what we do is we just take a traditional grip, and then we step with our right foot just to get a little motion and a little motivation for the Deashi Harai. And then we throw, once again, advancing foot sweep, Deashi Harai. Now, after you've thrown that throw about 10,000 times, and after you've practiced it and you've perfected your technique and your form, then you can move from just a simple stepping back and forth. You can move to a circular motion, or as you would move in randori. If you've ever been to a judo contest, a lot of judoka waste a lot of energy and a lot of strength pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling on one another. Those are prime opportunities for foot sweeps. So as you become more advanced, you can practice in randori with your Deashi Harai, or you can practice in a circle. But for now, for learning purposes, if I were you, I would just start with a stepping with your right foot forward, and then right foot back, right foot forward, right foot back, and then practice your foot sweeps in that fashion. Second throw of the first Gokyo is Hiza Guruma. It's a knee wheel. I'm going to step to this diagonal. I'm going to plant my left foot on his kneecap, locking the kneecap into place, and then I'm going to wheel into that diagonal. It's called the Hiza Guruma. Third throw, Sasae to tsurikomi ashi. It's an advanced ankle throw, where, like Hiza Guruma, I'm going to be stepping to the same diagonal, only this time I'm going to be placing my attacking foot on the top of his foot, very close to his ankle. On this particular throw, whenever you're in contest or randori, you always want to attack this foot when it's forward for Sasae to tsurikomi ashi. If you're stepping in a circular motion like this, and you're going, when this foot comes forward, I would step on it, and then I would throw. Sasae. Or when this foot comes forward, I would step on it, and then I would toss him. I'll show you what it looks like. Sasae to tsurikomi ashi. Third throw of the first Gokyo is uki-otoshi. Often referred to as the floating hip throw, and sometimes one of my senseis, not Sensei Porter but Sensei Wilkinson, used to refer to it as the minor hip throw, because I'm simply using one hip. Now on a bigger opponent like Mike, very big, very strong, sometimes I cheat a little bit and I use more than half a hip, and I'll sneak my right hip a little bit further over. But uki-goshi, minor hip throw. Good. The next throw of the first Gokyo is Osoto gari. It's a major outer reap. I'm going to step to the outside of uki with my left foot, and as I step with my left, I'm going to push him back onto his heels. That's the proper kazushi. As I push him back on his heels, my right leg comes up. I go to the back of his leg. I reap him behind the knee and take him to the mat. Osoto gari. Try it from this angle, get it from a different perspective. Good. Osoto gari. Now the next throw of the first Gokyo is called Osoto gari. And Osoto, O in Japanese meaning major, it's a major hip throw. Remember when I came in with ukigoshi, Sensei Porter always said, if you can imagine having an ice pick attached to the side of your hip, near your belt, and you're jabbing that hip, you're thrusting that hip with that ice pick up into his abdomen. That would be the concept of ukigoshi. Ogoshi, I'm going to turn all the way into him, and I'm going to have a full hip. And that's the difference between ukigoshi and ogoshi. And a lot of judo players never really understand what the difference is and what the technique is. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the different techniques between the two throws, other than a half a hip or a minor hip in uki, and a full hip with my back fully turned towards uki with ogoshi. So as I come around for ogoshi, I get a full hip in, and I throw them up and over. Ogoshi. The next throw of the first Gokyo is Ouchi gari. Again, O meaning major. I'm going to do a major inner reap. This throw is really good when uki has somewhat of a wide shoulder stance. And I'm going to, again, tip him back onto his heels. I'm going to attack with my right leg by coming in. I'm going to hook and reap the backside of his left leg. Ouchi gari. And the last throw of the first Gokyo is a one-arm shoulder throw. Ippon in Japanese meaning one. And one-arm shoulder throw. I'm going to come in once again. I'm going to have my back fully turned to him as in ogoshi. Only this time, instead of my arm going behind his waist, I'm going to come around the front and I'm going to grab his arm. The traditional way is just to wrap your arm around, grab cloth, bring him up over your shoulder and throw. Sensei Porter always taught more of a power grip where you just trap him and leave this hand free. Just different modifications of the same throw. Ippon seoinage. Good job, Mike. And that's